Hello, my name is Zach. My excellence year project is called Batman: The Weapons Case. It is a stop-motion animated film using 2D elements and text, and of course, stop-motion animation. Stop-motion animation has been a hobby of mine. I have used action figures and Lego figurines and Lego sets to make stop-motion animations before. It is also the first time I've ever tried using 2D animation in order to animate laser effects and mouth animation. Originally, it was based upon the DC Comics The Doom Patrol. Unfortunately, I hit a roadblock with that in that there are no Doom Patrol Lego figures or action figures to work with, so I couldn't really do any of that. So then I started moving towards Batman, because Batman is one of the biggest faces in Lego. There's hundreds of movies and video games featuring a Lego version of Batman. And then I kind of played around with how would I want to do Batman? Will I do one of the films? Would I do one of the comics? I then moved on to something more inspired by the 90s version of Batman, the darker gray and black version. So for the animation, the stop motion animation itself, I use something called Stop Motion Studio Pro. It's an app that allows you to onion layer. It allows you to add 2D elements in, mouth animate. It's very helpful for the actual stop motion part. I then pieced all of it together in Adobe Premiere Pro, where I also color corrected all the footage and did minor tweaks to it. I then used Adobe After Effects to then add the text in for the onomatopoeia, like pows and bams and all that stuff. And then finally I added the audio in iMovie because it was the simplest feature and I struggled a bit with adding audio in Premiere Pro. So I spent lunchtime and I booked the podcast studios that we have here, and I brought in everyone and I gave them roles of Batman, Robin, Commissioner Gordon, all of them. Then we spent basically the entire lunch going through all those lines, then adding in the grunts, and it was very entertaining watching my friends pretend to get punched. And then for additional sound effects and music, I then went to YouTube, found the different sound effects clips that I needed, and then I used the actual score from Batman the Animated Series from 1992 by Shirley Walker. I started at the beginning of term 4 last year, so about early October, and I fully finished absolutely everything by early to mid-April this year. The biggest thing I feel I learned is patience. It takes a while to animate stop motions. It took weeks to just get a scene done. I think that's the main thing, just patience and trying over and over again and allowing myself to fail. I went through multiple versions of the color correcting and fixing that, and just it would fail constantly, but through fail and trial and error, I was able to come to a product that I think is to the best of my abilities and is genuinely pretty great.